Hello and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your guys' questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about your wildest lesbian dating stories. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. Hi everybody, welcome back. It's so good to be back in your ears. Thanks for bearing with me with the missing episodes, but we're going to be back to regular scheduled programming from now on, and I have such an exciting episode for you all today. We are jumping straight into our Lesbian Sex hotline. This is all things lesbian sex, nothing's off limits. We're getting juicy, just like a vagina. We're getting juicy, we're getting straight in there, answering your guys' questions, any myths you want debunking, giving advice. I am not claiming to be a sex expert. I've literally slept with 2 women. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm just here, like always, to be your lesbian big sister, give some advice, but if there's anything like serious that you need advice on, you know, speak to a relationship coach, a sex coach. Can you get sex coaching? Probably. Imagine if that was your job. Like, someone's like, hey, like, teach me how to have sex. Do you reckon people like go and they like show them? Is that not just prostitution? I don't know. Maybe don't seek prostitution. But you know, like, if you need serious help and advice, seek someone like that. But I'm just here to give you my opinion, give some tips, not like I'm saying again, I'm not like I'm saying I know everything about sex, because I really don't, but I just thought it would be a fun little episode. So we're going to jump straight in, and this week's question of the week is, does using the strap make you bisexual? Now, I don't agree with this at all. I'm just going to bring up your guys' answers. I think using a strap, it just like, why can't I spell strap? I've literally got it saved in my phone as strap. So there's my answers. But yeah, I think personally using the strap just like advances the lesbian sex. I think even using a strap for me, it makes me feel a bit more gay. I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking a woman with a strap. Not like I do the strapping, do you know what I mean? Imagine me in a strap. I actually don't know if I could. I just think I'd look weird. I don't know if it would suit me. But yeah, you know, I think it advances that like lesbian sex experience, makes it more exciting, spices things up. But let's hear what you guys have to say. So this first comment is from Labelless, who are an incredible sex toy brand, lesbian, female owned, like advocating for the sex toy companies, sex toy businesses to, you know, not just target to straight couples, to target towards lesbian couples as well. So Labelless say, that's another reason as to why we are here. If you use toys, you don't have to put a label on yourself. It's pleasure for yourself, not pressure on who you are. I love that. Do you know what I mean? By using a toy, by using whatever it is, you don't have to then put a label on yourself, hence their name Labelless. You don't have to put a label on yourself and pressure yourself to go, okay, well, if I'm using this toy, it must mean I'm this, it must mean I like this. Like, it's all about fun. It's literally about pleasuring yourself. So just enjoy it without having to worry about a label or whatever. Someone says, no, I completely disagree. The way I explain it to people is we still like the feeling, but not what is attached to the real thing. I love that. So yeah, it's like you enjoy the feeling of it, but at the end of the day, it's who that thing, the strap, is attached to. For me, if it was attached to a man, I would run for the hills. If I saw a real life peen, I would run far, far away. But for me, if that strap is attached to a sexy woman, I'm like, hell yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's about the person, the pleasure, and the attraction there. It's not like, do you know what I mean? We've got lots of no, absolutely not, couldn't disagree more. Someone says it's fake, so it's basically not, because I think in the question I was like, because it's basically a willy, even though I know it's not basically a willy, do you know what I mean? It's used for similar forms of intercourse. It does not mean bisexual. When I look for a strap, I definitely don't buy one. That looks too realistic. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, fair enough if you want one with like veins in the little head. Like, I have had one of those inserted inside me before. And I actually didn't enjoy the feeling. Like, I feel like you could like feel the veins and all the bits on it. And I was like, ew. So I quite like, like a smooth silicone. But yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, you could just enjoy the look of it being very realistic. But I think probably most lesbians like to go for one that doesn't actually look like a realistic willy with veins and all them. I literally don't even know the terms of what a penis is. Like the little like extra head thing on top. I'm assuming it's called the head. I have no idea. But I would assume most lesbians would like to go for a non-realistic looking one. What else have we got? Definitely not. Sexuality is about the person, not the equipment used. 100%. A strap is not basically anything. It's a strap. So true. Let's do one more because I want to get into your dilemmas. It definitely does not make you bi. I'm 100% a lesbian. It's not about the tool. It's who's on the other end of it. That's exactly what I was trying to say. That is my point. It's whatever is happening within the sex, you're doing it with a woman. That means it's lesbian sex. It's lesbian lex, as we say on TikTok to not get banned. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you could be doing anything, but it's, at the end of the day, it's the two women coming together, having a bit of fun in the bedroom or, wherever you're doing. That needs to be a question of the week. Where's like the strangest place you've had sex? That's coming. I'm going to ask you all that. Let me know. Text me, put it in the comments, send it into the Google form anonymously. Let me know that is coming. But yeah, it's like, it's still two women having sex. So no matter whatever way the sex is happening, whoever's taking, whoever's receiving, whoever's wearing this, whoever's doing it like this, like, do you know what I mean? It's two girls coming together, making love. So it's gay. It's gay sex. But yeah, no, I'm completely with you all. I completely disagree. And I don't think a strap makes you bisexual. I know full well I'm not bisexual. Like, I do not look at men and go, sexy. Tell you what though, I've been telling a lot of people this recently. So obviously Strictly has just started and I've actually snogged someone who's on Strictly right now. So maybe... Oh, my tummy just grumbled really loud. Did you guys hear that? I need some food. My appetite's been shit recently. I've literally hardly been eating, but hey, it might make me a skinny queen. Maybe about 10 years ago, I was in a film called Water Babies. I played a part called Molly, and Lewis Cope, who I think he's from EastEnders or Corrie now, I can't lie, I haven't even watched it. He is one of the pros, not the pros, one of the celebs on Strictly at the minute, and he was my co-star in the film. So we have had more than one snog. We filmed multiple shots of our snog. We had to snog. Why am I saying snog? We had to kiss, like we were standing there, we had to like fall into this field and like play with each other's hair. So I'm telling everyone at the minute, I'm like, yeah, I've kissed someone from Strictly. It's just quite funny. I don't know where that came from. Me telling you all I'm not straight. And it's funny, I was talking to some of the kids that I teach dance to. They're like older kids, like they're dead like bantery. And we were playing a game yesterday. Basically, I say a letter and you have to be something beginning with that letter. And the letter was S and someone went, oh, I'm straight. And they were like being in a straight line. And this one specific child, she goes, yeah, Jules isn't that. And I was like, you're so true. Like, you are so true. And they love having a little joke with me about it. I also teach another group of kids. It's a completely different place. And someone had said to me at one time, go, oh, that's so gay. And one of the girls went, you can't say that. Miss Jules is gay. And I just love that they all embrace it. They're so funny. But yeah, anyway, I snogged someone from Strictly. Maybe that was the turning point for me going, hang on. I did not enjoy that. Like, I just don't like kissing boys. I don't look at boys and find them attractive. Like, I can appreciate if a man is like a good looking man, but it's so like surface level. Like, I can go, okay, like you have nice facial features, but I'm like, I don't want to see you whip your shirt off. I don't want to see you like take your pants down, flash your little V-line. I definitely don't want to see you peeing. Keep that away. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't want to kiss you and your beard stubble rubs on me. I don't want to come home from work after a long day and get into bed next to a man. Oh, are you joking? Like, and I was thinking how lucky we are to be lesbians. We are so lucky that, you know, we could go, you know, maybe you're dating a girl, maybe it's like one night stands, like whatever it is, you're, you know, in a marriage, whatever spectrum of being with a girl you are, we're so blessed. Like, forgot your toothbrush, it's a girl's toothbrush, you could share. Forgot your knickers, you could put the knickers on, even if it's a pair of boxers, do you know what I mean? Like, don't have any spare clothes, you can wear their clothes. Like, I understand you can kind of do this with men, but with women it's so much better. Like, need a hairbrush, she's got a hairbrush. Need some lip balm, she's got some lip balm. Like, even if it's a very masc person and a very femme person, you can make it work to share. Do you know what I mean? So we are just so lucky to be woman-loving women. I love being a woman-loving woman. It's my favorite thing. It's my biggest personality trait. Like, I know some people, they're like, I'm gay, but I'm so much more than gay. Like, that doesn't make up my personality. Whereas here's me literally sitting in the gayest little studio ever. Also, do you guys like the new studio? I didn't even introduce you to it. That's so nasty of me. Anyway, welcome to the new studio. We're in a completely new building, but still on the same site, but it's so much bigger. So behind you, there's like a whole other room, which is going to become like a dance studio. And then to the right of me, we've got loads of storage. And then this little corner is the Lesbian Lounge. And we've got all our pictures that we've got, like, sounds gay, I'm in the Lesbian Lounge. Girls just want to have fun. Sit like a lady. Girls, girls, girls. Yes, girls, slay. Go your own way. Attitude is everything. We've got a few more. There's one down here, which is going to go up on this wall. Let's go, lesbians, let's go. There's so many different pictures. Like, behind me, there's loads. Obviously, like, our phone is here, which I love. Oh my God, guys, it's the Lesbian Sex hotline, and I'm literally here. Can I reach the phone? Where's the thing? Hello, welcome to the Lesbian Lounge Sex Hotline. I love it. We've got our phone, we've got our Lesbian Lounge pillow, got my sonnies. There's loads more sonnies behind you, camera. It's just lovely in here. So yeah, the new studio. I can't believe I forgot to tell you all. I mean, if you're an audio listener, you're probably not going to notice a difference unless the acoustics in here are different. I tell you one thing, it's chilly in here. I haven't figured out how to put the heating on yet, so I'm in my jacket wrapped up, but I already feel like it feels more like home for the Lesbian Lounge. The old studio, like, we couldn't paint and we could only like stick things on the wall with command strips, whereas this place, obviously we painted, so we've got like the hot pink, which matches the logo of the podcast, and just the vibe, like all the pictures are pink, like all the branding of the podcast is pink. If you follow us on Instagram, it's very like pink and red, so hence why most things are like that, pink and red. Lots of cherries, lots of gay things. Yeah, welcome to the new studio, guys. Isn't that so exciting? My hands are so cold, it's freezing in here. I must sort out the heating. Yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know if anyone has any like suggestions of things you would like to see. I know this wall to my left, it might be your right if you're watching. I don't know which way the camera flips. It's currently not giving, but something will happen with that. I think maybe even like a little curtain or something will look cute, but it's giving cozy, it's giving cute, it's giving the Lesbian Lounge. So without further ado, let's jump straight on into this week's episode. Guys, we are going to jump into your lesbian sex dilemmas, questions, stories, all of those good things. Now, you guys have sent in a lot. I'm going to try and cover as many as I can in this week's episode. If it has to come to a part 2, it has to come to a part 2. Do you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world, but I will try and cover as many as I can because I know there's a lot to cover. There's a lot of people wanting things sent in. So we will start here. I've only recently come out after trying to pretend I was straight for years. I had my first boyfriend in sixth form. It lasted all of one day, and that's when I knew. That's so iconic. That's literally like me with my ex-boyfriend. We had sex, and I was like, I'm breaking up with you. Like, it was awful. So we were never intimate. I then didn't date for years. Since then, I've been in one relationship, but it was never intimate. How do you get over the anxiety of your first time? Because I have no clue what I'm doing. Okay, you have nothing to worry about. And I personally think sex with a girl is so much less scary than sex with a man, because women, we have this like maturity about us. We like have this level of understanding about how the woman's body works. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get with another woman. So I think what's really important is figuring out on yourself what you like. So when you get with another woman, you can express that, because there's nothing wrong with telling someone what you like, how you like it. Do you know what I mean? Especially if it's going to become a relationship. You don't want to get in the habit of having this sex that like is good, but it's not fully satisfying your needs, just because you didn't say, oh, I like it a bit more rough. I like it when you talk to me dirty in my ear. Do you know what I mean? Like, just say what you like. Like, understand your body, understand your needs, what you like, and, you know, and tell them that. Or, you know, you can show them. But yeah, I think you have nothing to worry about. I think having sex with a woman is such like an incredible experience. You know what I mean? It's obviously you haven't even had sex with a man, so you don't know the difference. I had sex with a man literally once, so not like I also know a lot. But from, you know, from what I've heard, sex with a man is pretty much in and done. There's not really that much foreplay, especially not any aftercare. You know, it's literally, they have their sex, they have their fun. You probably didn't even finish, probably didn't even get anywhere close to finishing, and they've turned around and gone to sleep and fucked off doing something else. You know what I mean? Sex with a woman, you can talk to them, you can talk through it, you can, you know, you can express that you're maybe a bit nervous, you don't quite know what you're doing, and, you know, chances are this person's probably had sex with a woman before, so hopefully, you know, they know what they're doing. But even if it's both of your first times, like, how beautiful is that you're going to experience this together, you're going to like figure it out together and have a laugh. Do you know what I mean? Sex doesn't have to be serious. It's fun. Like, have a giggle if something goes a bit wrong, or like you can't figure something out. Like, have a giggle. Do you know what I mean? Like, just enjoy it. And then once the sex is finished, like with the woman, you know, you can have this like post-sex cuddle, like a little head scratch, a back scratch. Just enjoy it, and don't put any pressure on it. It doesn't have to be a certain way. It doesn't have to, you know, don't have a time on your head of like, this is going to happen, then this, and then this. Like, just go with the flow, enjoy it, see what happens, and you're going to have a great time. And let us know if you enjoy, because I'm sure you will. Okay, moving on. Oh, that's the wrong one. I was in the wrong place. Okay, thoughts on period sex. Personally, for me, when I'm on my period, I feel gross. I think I've told you guys this before. I can't get on board with a tampon. I'm a pads girly, but I only use organic pads. I use a brand called Flow. They're really thin and they don't have that like horrible like pad smell, and they're not thick and they don't make me feel as disgusting. But still, periods just make me feel gross. I don't enjoy them. So when I'm on my period, like a lot of people say you get more horny on your period. I don't know if I feel more horny on my period. I feel like I'm just throughout life quite a horny person anyway. I had my tarot read the other week, and twice she brought up like this sexual energy that's within me, and I was like, okay girl. But yeah, like I think I now just have quite a high sex drive, so I don't think my period really changes anything. But I think if anything, when I'm on my period, I don't want someone all up and inside of me. And I think that's more a me thing. Like, I feel gross on my period. Like, I don't want then to feel gross in myself and then see my blood like on someone else's hands and then be like, oh my God, like I think it would just make me feel more gross. Some people love it. Like, for some people, it does not bother them. And I think like it's so fine either way. Like, you can be on team I mean, are you really going down on someone they're on the period? I don't know. Some people might enjoy that. But again, like for me, I think it would just make me feel really self-conscious, and I'd just be like, oh, like I would get all self-conscious, and I probably wouldn't enjoy the sex because all I'm thinking about is my blood getting on this person or like on their bed sheets or whatever. But some people really enjoy it. So I think, again, communication is always key with your partner. Talk to them. Do you know what I mean? If they really are open to exploring it and you feel comfortable enough, go for it. You might both then go, actually, that was disgusting. we're never doing that again, or you might thoroughly enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? It's a really circumstantial thing. Depends on you and the person you're sleeping with. Like, you both obviously need to be on the same page about it. So just speak to them, see what they're up for, see what you're up for, and go for it. But yeah, for me personally, I just think I would feel really self-conscious and be like, oh, I'm bleeding. Like, I just want to curl up in a ball and eat some chocolate, but I want to do that all the time anyway. So you know what I mean. Okay, moving on. Does scissoring work? Okay, I think this, again, is a circumstantial thing. Is that even a word? Now, I will be so thrilled with you guys. I think I've literally tried scissoring once, and it was at the very start of a relationship. So we didn't fully understand each other's bodies yet, but we just couldn't figure it out, because obviously you have to literally get the vaginas completely touching, and obviously it needs to be both of your clits completely rubbing against each other. And I think, it probably does depend on size, height size, weight size, because it's you have to be able to get your bodies in the position. So for me, I'm not going to say no, it doesn't work, because I definitely think it does work. I know friends who do it all the time. I know people who say it does work, but I think it's a circumstantial thing, again, of you and your partner, how your bodies work together. But obviously the action of scissoring, I guess it's like I said, it's the clits rubbing together. But I think that can be done without it being a vagina on vagina kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? The knee thing. We've all heard of the knee thing. We all love the knee thing. I guess even though that's not technically scissoring, because I guess scissoring is called scissoring because it's the legs. Did you see someone say scissoring should be called lip syncing, because the lips, the vagina lips, are syncing together? I love that. But yeah, I think doing the knee thing, it's that same action. It's the same sort of feeling of on the receiving end, you're still feeling that stimulation. I guess then it's not scissoring, but I think you can receive that feeling and that sort of form of sex without it being vagina on vagina, lips on lips, kitty on kitty, pussy on pussy. What else could we call a vagina? I don't know. But you know what I mean? There's other ways I think that you can have that stimulation without it being vagina on vagina. But again, try it, and be up for things not working, be up for having a laugh. When I tried it and it didn't work, it didn't ruin the sex. We tried it, we were oh, we can't figure it out. Let's just move on and try something new. You've got to be able to laugh about it. Don't get in your head and be oh my God, it didn't work. Do you know what I mean? Just enjoy it, enjoy the sex. If it doesn't work out well, you move on, you try something else. You try it again later. I do think as well, that's probably something that comes when you've been in that relationship for a little bit longer, when you understand each other's bodies, how they work, when you're a little bit more comfortable being intimate around each other. Which I think it's one thing, a finger in a vagina, but then getting into that position and figuring it out. I think you need to be comfortable enough with each other for things to maybe not work out, and to have a laugh when things maybe do go wrong. Hope that helps. Okay. My girlfriend wants to try something that I'm not comfortable with. So how do I tell her without feeling bad? I don't think she's going to feel bad. More maybe just I don't know, maybe just a bit sad if she's always really wanted to try this certain thing. But I guess, I'm going to say this probably so many times in this podcast. Take a drink every time I say, what's the word? Communication. I forgot the word then. Every time I say communication is key, because it really is. Do you know what I mean? Speak to each other, even out of the sex bubble, just on a morning, on an afternoon, find a time where you can just sit and chat about things. And, you can ask what is it that you're wanting to try? Maybe let's say it's period sex, for example. Your partner really wants to try period sex, but you're really uncomfortable with the thoughts of fingering a bloody vagina. You both have, you're both going to have valid points. She's going to have the point of, but I'm on my period, I feel a lot more horny. And you're going to have the point of, but I don't want your blood all over my fingers. So you need to be able to meet in the middle, find something that works for you both. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you can figure out a way of having period sex, but you don't actually insert anything into the vagina, so you don't get the blood there. Maybe you literally just focus on the clit. There's ways of meeting in the middle so that both people are satisfied. And I think it's more than normal in relationships for one person to be a little bit more comfortable with things and one person to be a bit more uncomfortable for things. You know, I'm probably the type of person, I'd be up for trying everything once. I mean, I say everything, you know, there's boundaries, but you know, like most things I think you want to be, you know, maybe like willing to try and just again, like be up for that, like having a laugh and things maybe not working out and going wrong, and not like taking offense if like you try and your partner's like, I'm really sorry, like I just didn't enjoy that. Like it's not on you. It's not that they don't fancy you. They just literally don't want your blood all over their hands. Like, and that's fine. It's what, maybe like how long's a period? Like, to be fair, I allow mine to be in my life for like 2 days and I'm like, right, I'm fucking done with you. You can leave now. But, you know, say maybe it's a week. Like it's a week, 1 week a month where you can't have the sex that you're used to. Like you will, you know, survive without it. But again, like compromise, find things that work for you both and just be willing to talk about it. That is the most important thing. Moving on. Can you ever recover from lesbian bed death? Now, I have been in a lesbian bed death relationship, and the lesbian bed death, I can't remember like specifics, but it was verging on, if not at least 2 years. We didn't recover. The relationship ended. Now, I don't know if that's fully down to the lack of sex. I think there was, well, I know it wasn't. There was a lot of other factors going on. Can you recover from it? I think if you're with your person, then yes, because I know the ex that I was with, she wasn't my person. I think like loads of other things had like faded from the relationship for me, like that attraction just wasn't there anymore. So the sexual attraction had gone. But I think if you're with your person, you can absolutely recover. And I think with lesbian bed death, there's probably, you know, a lot of different reasons why it happens. It's not necessarily just that you don't fancy each other anymore, so you want fucking. Maybe it's like just work schedules. Maybe, you know, your partner works until midnight every night and you start work at 7 a.m. every morning. So when they get home from work, you're asleep. When you wake up for work, they're asleep. There's just not that time. So I think, again, take a shot. Communication is key. Like, obviously, no one likes to plan sex. Do you know what I mean? No one likes to go, okay, so on Friday night, we're going to go out for a date. We're going to go play mini golf. Then we're going to go bowling. Then we're going to go out for dinner here. Then we're going to go home and then we're going to have sex. Like, no one likes to plan sex because it should be like an in the moment thing. Like, you know, you can be out on your date and be flirting and be teasing and like getting them all excited. But, you know, you don't want to have like the sex planned in the diary. 7 p.m, we fuck, you know. Book it in like 7 till, I was going to say 7 till 8, but we're lesbians, you know what I mean? We're not just having short sex. You know, you don't want the sex booked in, but if you're in this lesbian bed death situation, maybe you need to discuss it and try and set aside some time where you make time to be intimate together. You know, maybe you both have your day off on a Tuesday, or maybe like you've got a later start one day, she's got an earlier finish. Like, think, what can you do? Even if you don't want to sort of discuss it and put it in the diary, what can you do to like initiate the sex? Can you put on a sexy lace outfit? Can you pop some rose petals on the bed? Like, run them a bath when they get home from work, like light a nice candle, give them a little massage, you know, like put the steps in place to like lead towards the intimacy. I don't know why I find intimacy such like a strange word. Get intimate with each other. But you know what I mean? Like, put steps in place to get to that intimate level and then go from there. But I think definitely if you're with your person and you're meant to be together forever, you can recover from the lesbian bed death. You might just have to put a bit of work in. You might have to put a bit of effort in, and make sure the effort's both ways. Make sure you're not giving all the effort and this person's like, no, I'm not in the mood. I think, I'll tell you when this happens a lot. When a lesbian woman is still in a relationship with a man and they haven't had the courage to break away from the man and get with a woman yet, that's when it's, hey, I want to have sex. And they're like, oh, I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. I don't want to, because they literally do not want that willy going anywhere near their vagina or their mouth or their hands or God knows where else a man wants to put his willy. I'm now thinking of a willy in my brain. It's making me feel a bit unwell. But, you know, that's when those excuses are valid. But if someone's given you like all of these, I'm tired, I'm not in the mood, like, you know, that's not fair on you if this person is just like constantly like blocking your needs for sex. And maybe if that is the case, maybe you're just not as compatible as you thought, because sexual compatibility is so important in a relationship. Obviously, you want that emotional connection, you need physical attraction, you need to like, you know, just enjoy each other's company. There's so much that goes into it, but having a sexual attraction is really important. And I mean, in every relationship, people's sex drives are going to fluctuate. Someone's going to be more horny than the other. Somebody's not going to be in the mood. Somebody's going to be tired. That's natural. But if it's every single time, you maybe need to look deeper into the relationship and think, is our sexual compatibility there? Can I go the rest of my life with really minimum sex, with no sex? You need to think about that and look into it. But I think if they're your person, you can definitely work on it and recover from the lesbian bed death. Okay, I get so self-conscious over my vagina. I really worry my girlfriend thinks it's ugly, and I worry that it's ruining our sex because I'm overthinking it too much. All right, have we all seen Sex Education? Yes, what do they say? Like, every vagina is beautiful. Do you remember Amy made those cupcakes? And they were like all different vaginas, hairy vaginas, outy vaginas, inny vaginas, like all of these different vaginas. They're all beautiful. And again, we're woman-loving women. Like, we love a vagina. We're not judging your vagina. No one's judging your vagina apart from yourself. But I think just as women, as people in general, we do that anyway. Do you know what I mean? People are self-conscious over their noses, their weight, their height. People are self-conscious over their sexuality. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone is self-conscious about something. And I guarantee you, even if you're so self-conscious over your vagina and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm really self-conscious over my vagina, my girlfriend's got a beautiful vagina, this is ruining our sex, I promise you, there's something that your girlfriend is self-conscious about, you know? And take ownership of your vagina, like, love your vagina, you know? Spread those legs, put a little mirror down there, be like, girl, you're so pretty, like, big up your vagina. Do you know what I mean? She needs love, and not just love from your girlfriend or your sexual partner, love from you. You have to love your vagina. But I completely relate to the getting in your head during sex. It happens to me sometimes, and it fucking sucks when you're like in this sexual experience and you start getting in your head, because it puts you out the mood and it takes your mind somewhere else, and you're then like, oh, and you feel self-conscious. And then I completely relate to that. But all you can do is, you know, trust in your partner and just let yourself relax and enjoy. Like we said before, it's pleasure, not pressure. Really focus on that. Remind yourself you're here to have a good time. It doesn't matter if you're worried about your vagina, if you're, you know, the sex is going on for ages and you still haven't came. Like, just enjoy it. Don't put any pressure on it. Just enjoy the pleasure. But I'm sure you have a really beautiful vagina. I'm sure you all have beautiful vaginas. Everyone, look right now at your vagina and say it's beautiful. Your beautiful vagina. Tell your vagina they're beautiful. Okay, I feel like I cannot answer this one. Tips on being more dominant. Well, when I did the BDSM quiz, I was like 97% submissive. So I don't know if I'm the girl for this one. But sometimes, you know, I can like take over in the bedroom. I think, again, it's about understanding your partner. Now, this doesn't mean by saying partner, it has to be like your girlfriend of 4 years. Like, you could just be sleeping with people, but like, it's about understanding them and what they're comfortable with, and, you know, exploring it together. You can't just you could just switch it up one day and put on this dominant voice and attitude and completely change, but you don't want to like put your partner in an uncomfortable situation. So again, talking about things, starting slow and small, you know, slow and steady wins the race. Like, try something out. If you enjoy it and they enjoy it, okay, brilliant. Now I'm going to try this. Okay, now that you like this, now I'm going to handcuff you. Now that you like being handcuffed, I'm ask you. Now that you like that, I'm going to, you know, get a little feathery whipping bum on the bum. Do you know what I mean? Like, take it in steps, take it gradually, figure out what you enjoy, figure out what your partner enjoys, figure out what you both enjoy together, and, you know, channel your inner dominatrix. But good luck with that. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not much help on that. I'm a submissive girly. Okay, next one. I want to introduce a strap to our relationship. How do I bring this up to my mask girlfriends? Okay, when I've brought this up to mask lesbians in the past, because I've asked this question, they have said, I promise you, your mask lesbian has thought about strapping you. So, again, I'm not a mask lesbian. I don't think like a mask lesbian, but we're going to trust in the mask lesbians when they say that they have thought about strapping you. I think it's something that really, really turns them on, the thought of like, you know, giving you that experience, putting on the strap, doing up the harness and fucking you with the strap. So chances are they have thought about it. So if you bring it up, they're probably going to be so turned on at the thought of that. And again, one more time, say it with me. Communication is key. Well done, everybody. God, it's freezing in here. My hands are so cold. Yeah, communication is key. Talk to your partner. Bring it up. Sit them down. Maybe even when you're in the moment of sex, when they're like, you know, got the fingers inside of you, like, you know, have a bit of dirty talk and be like, oh, I wish this was a strap right now. Like, see how they react. You know what I mean? Because probably that's going to really turn them on and they're going to love the fact that you just said that to them. And then you can enjoy like shopping for a strap together. Like, look on different websites, figure out what size you want, what color you want. That's one thing that I think is so fun about straps. Like, you can literally get whatever you want. If you want a realistic one, you can get a realistic one. If you want, when I was looking for my last one with my partner, we were literally, there was one with like the lesbian flag, like stripy lesbian flag colors. You know what I mean? You can get any type of strap you want. So enjoy having a look together. But yeah, I think just trust in the fact that your mask partner has probably thought about fucking you with a strap, and then take the conversation from there. But yeah, good luck, and I'm sure you'll get that strap in your life. I believe in you. Okie dokie. Let's do, okay, this story, I am going to have to give a trigger warning, and this person has also given a trigger warning. It's kind of gross, so just beware. It's a bit disgusting. It's about a strap and some yucky things that had not been cleaned off a strap. So it's not like, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be too fearful, but just if you're quite easily triggered about like dirty things, not dirty as in sexually dirty, like dirty as in they haven't cleaned stuff, do you know what I mean? Dirty, maybe just skip like to 10 minutes from now. Okay, so they've literally put trigger warning. This is really motherfucking gross. Okay, one time, me and my gross ex were having lesbian sex with their dildo. And the whole time I had a weird feeling and kept questioning why something felt off. We had never used their dildo before, and they had a problem with personal hygiene. That's putting it nicely. But I gave them the benefit of the doubt not to embarrass them. After we finished, not like I finished though, I decided to turn over and take a look at the weapon of mass destruction. This dildo was covered in their actual shit. Ew, it's so gross. Like literal poo, doo-doo all over the dildo and period blood. It was old, brown, crusted, and even had bits of like lint on it. I was absolutely mortified. It could have practically grown legs. Biological warfare type shit. Ugh. Can we all just like take a moment for this lovely lady who sent this story in and just like send her positive thoughts? Because imagine you're having sex, like you're feeling like something feels a bit off, like maybe the partner smells anyway because I haven't showered in like months, and then this dildo comes out of you and it's like covered in crusty old poo and blood. I actually would have to like go to the doctors or get like a power hose and like stick it at my coochie and like wash out all the dirty gunk. That's disgusting. It's not even like it's your own bodily fluids. It's someone else's bodily fluids that have now been inside your body. Ugh. Gross. So I then decided to ask when they last washed it. They were hesitant to answer the question and casually brushed it off. But after I pestered and pestered, they cracked. Mind you, we had been together for over a year at this point. They said the last time they washed it was apparently one of the last times them and their ex had sex. Ugh. So you have been dating this girl for over a year. Maybe she broke up with her ex 4 months before you and her got together. So we're talking like way over a year and a half maybe since this strap has been used. She's obviously gone up the foof, gone up the bum, taken the strap out, put it in her bedside drawer, and just left it there to crust. That's actually disgusting. I immediately went white and just froze. Yeah, I can't blame you for that. I didn't even shout, I just froze. I immediately power washed my cooch. See, that's what I said, you just need to like get it all out of there. Power washed my cooch and prayed to the lesbian gods that I wouldn't get a flesh-eating infection from that shit. Literally. I think we all just need to take a moment. Guys, everyone just like, let's just literally, we'll all just say a prayer to the lesbian gods that this lovely, gorgeous angel of a lady never has a sexual relation like that again, and she only ever has clean dildos inserted in her cooch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what though? You are a good person by the sounds of things for like not shouting at them and making them feel like awkward about it, but it seems like they probably wouldn't have even felt like that, because I'm sorry, if I was like going to get my dildo on and I noticed it looked a bit dirty, you'd be like, oh, I'll just go and wash it quickly. Or like you would just go, oh, should we just use yours? Like the fact that they've literally got it all ready, looked at it and still put it inside of you, like that's actually that's disgusting and like so unfair on you, because literally God knows what like, you know, feces and whatever is on that. Like it's gross, but you know, good on you for not making them feel like really, really uncomfortable. And I'm so glad you said your ex, not one time me and my girlfriend did this, because I hope as soon as your coochie was power washed out, you put your clothes on, you left the house and you blocked that person and never spoke to them again. Whoa, I literally like, it's making my body like feel funny. Ew. But yeah, you're a brave, brave lady, and we commend you. Thank you, soldier, for your service. Okay, I'm just going to keep going because I'm really enjoying this. So, how do you deal with insecurity if your partner has had more sexual experience than you? Okay, I think with this, and I understand it's hard because I've been in this situation, but I think we need to flip the narrative. Flip the narrative to say, yes, this person has, you know, maybe say had 4 sexual partners before me, but that's 4 people before me that obviously it hasn't worked out for whatever reason. They're in the past for a reason, but that's 4 whole people that they have practiced getting their sex game perfect on. So when we have sex, I'm receiving the best fucking sex possible because they've trialed and tested every method with these 4 people. They probably had shit sex. First girl was probably shit while she figured it out. Second girl, she's getting into the swing of things. Third and fourth, like, you know, she's really understanding how a woman's body works, how to fuck a woman well. And now you're reaping all of these benefits by getting the best sex of your life. So let's flip the narrative with that. But I do understand it's when it's like they've had a lot of experience, you haven't, you don't want to like under satisfy them. But again, remember, these people are in the past, and they're in the past for a reason. And again, let's all say it together. Communication is key. Speak to your partner. Tell them that you're feeling like a little bit nervous about having sex with them, maybe because you don't have as much experience. And just tell them, like, you know, listen, like, I want us to be able to have like an open stream of communication where like you tell me if like something doesn't feel right, like if I need to try things differently, like, you know, speak to each other. Enjoy learning about each other's bodies, how they work, what each other likes. And I think you don't need to worry so much about this, because just again, tell yourself you've had all the practice sex, the shit sex, and now we get to have the best sex ever. So don't get insecure about it. And, you know, in your mind, you can look like you're the only girl I've slept with, like that's really special for me. Yes, you've been with other girls and maybe that makes you feel a bit insecure, but they're in the past for a reason, and I'm getting the best version of your sex. So go me, I'm winning. So you have no need to be insecure. Okay, another one. You guys are going to know exactly what I'm going to say for this one. How do you ask your partner about kinks without making it uncomfortable? Do I even need to say it? Communication is key. I can literally picture like someone on their commute to work, like driving and like shouting at me down the phone. But yeah, it doesn't, I think if you're right with the right person, conversations like this shouldn't be uncomfortable. because that is your person. You should be able to speak to them about anything, even if it is the weirdest fucking kink in the world, and they are your person. They are going to understand you, even if they're not comfortable, you know, partaking in the kink with you. If they are your person and they love you, they will be willing to have a conversation with you, talk about it, and not make you feel uncomfortable because they love you. And the last thing that they want to do is make you feel uncomfortable for expressing something that maybe is a hard thing to bring up and talk about. So yeah, like I said, even if, you know, maybe, I don't know what the kink could be. Maybe the kink is you love period sex. Is that even a kink? I don't really know. I don't know what classifies as a kink and what just classifies as something that like is like a fetish or something that you enjoy. But let's say the kink is you love period sex. Maybe like you love like, it's giving vampire, but maybe like you love like eating someone out when they're on their period. You know, yeah, it might be an uncomfortable situation saying, I want to eat your pussy whilst you bleed. Like, to them, they might be like, oh my God, like that makes you feel really uncomfortable. But like I said, if they're your person, they're going to say, thank you so much for bringing this to me, for expressing how you feel, expressing what you want to try. For me, that's just something I'm not comfortable with. But again, you know, maybe there's the compromise that can be had. And if they are your person, like if this person genuinely loves you, they are not going to judge you. They are not going to make it an uncomfortable conversation, because that's the last thing you want to do to your partner, isn't it? You don't want to make them uncomfortable. You don't want to make them feel bad or self-conscious. You want to make them feel loved and big them up and tell them how beautiful and sexy they are and how good the sex is and how much you enjoy it. So they're not going to go out of their way to make you feel uncomfortable. So just, you know, again, I think maybe a good time to have these conversations. I think, I see both sides of it. I think sometimes having the conversation when you're literally in the moment of sex and you're both really horny and you're both really turned on, and it could even be like, why don't we just try this? And then, you know, they might be like, oh, no, not right now. And that's fine. You then just carry on the sex, maybe talk about it later. Or you talk about it pre-sex when like you're not even thinking about sex. You're just like having a conversation and you're like, what if I was to say, I really wanted to try this in the bedroom? See what they say. See their reaction. If you're like really, really uncomfortable about it, could you make it into a bit of a joke? Be like, I want to do this. And then they'll be like, ew, no. And you're like, okay, that's not going to be a good conversation. We'll not have it. Or they might be like, oh yeah, like we could do that. And you're like, okay, what if I wasn't joking when I said that? And they'll be like, okay, let's try it. Let's give it a go. Be up for something. Try it once. See what happens. If you hate it, express that. It's fine. Have a laugh. Move on. Life is good. You're going to be okay. And yeah, I'm proud of you for, you know, expressing what you want in life. Okay. What is the best way to explore dominance/submission if you've never tried it before? Well, I think naturally in most relationships, there's always the more dominant one and there's always the more submissive one. But I guess maybe you're wanting to like play on that a little bit more, so it's not just like, you know, you're topping someone, it's like you're being dominant. Like I mentioned earlier, I've done the BDSM quiz before. I think everyone has at some point in their lives, haven't they? I can't remember anything that I did, but I just remember it was very submissive. But maybe that's something you and your partner could take together, because it does ask so many questions about like, do you want to try this or not? Like, it's like the strongly agree, maybe, no, definitely not, whatever it is, like whatever the options are. Like you could do that together. And you could see like, maybe the thing is you really want to do this to your partner, and the question for them is you really want to receive this from your partner, and it's like strongly agree. Okay, brilliant. That gives you the chance to explore that dominance and, you know, try this thing, and that gives them the chance to be submissive whilst you do this thing to them. Like maybe have a look at doing something like that, or just bring different things up. Or again, you could just start really small, like when you're having sex anyway, like try saying something, try doing something, see how it goes down. If it goes down well, next time, take it one step further. And again, communication is key. Just discuss it with your partner. Tell them that you want to try something new. Like, you know, if they're a submissive person anyway, chances are they want you to be really dominant and like, you know, pull their hair and put your hand around their throat. They might not. Then they might say, these are my boundaries. My boundaries are, I don't want to be choked when I'm having sex. I don't want my hair pulled. Or they're going to say, literally grab my ponytail and pull me into tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, have the conversations, see where you both stand, and go from there. We'll do a couple more, guys. We're doing really well. Okay, let's do maybe like 4 more. That sounds like a good number. So this is kind of like in the Same realms as that last one, but slightly different. Is being a top/bottom a big deal? Surely everyone should be a switch. In theory, I know this isn't true. I don't think it's really a big deal. I think whatever relationship you're in, it's just important that what you are and what your partner is aligns with each other. You know, whether you're a top, she's a bottom, brilliant. I think 2 tops can work, 2 submissives can work. But I guess even say like you're both switches, I think naturally someone is going to be the more dominant one. Naturally, somebody is going to be the top in the relationship. Naturally, they're just going to take the lead, take control. Maybe that's, the person who's had that more experience. Maybe it's the slightly, not putting stereotypes on masc lesbians, but maybe it's the slightly more masc lesbian, because I feel like they enjoy taking that dominant role with their femme lesbian. Like I said earlier, do you know what I mean? They're like, we have thought about strapping you. It's been a thought in our minds. And you're like, well, I've thought about you strapping me. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I get it. Like, it doesn't have to be this big deal. It doesn't necessarily even have to be a conversation that comes up. It's probably something that just comes natural in a relationship. And yeah, maybe you like to switch it up now and again. Maybe you switch up like who's the top, who's the bottom. Maybe you just both really equally give and receive. Like you give them the sex, they give you the sex. Maybe they give you the sex with the strap and they're going down on you and all of this, and then you just give them a little finger back. Like, do you know what I mean? Technically, that means you're both switches, but that person is the top and you're the bottom because you're receiving so much more. It's not a big deal though. You don't have to label yourself. You don't have to say, I am a top, I am a switch, I am a bottom. Why did that just make me think of that show? I am a circle. I am a rectangle. What was that show called? Art Attack. Mr. Maker. Yeah, that was the name of the character. I don't remember, but do you know what? That's so irrelevant to all of this. I don't remember what my point was. I just got totally sidetracked by singing a stupid song. But yeah, that's what I was saying. You don't have to label yourself. You don't have to be, I'm a top, so I can only top you, and I can only be dominant. Like, not at all. Switch it up. Just explore and have fun with your partner. Don't make it a big deal. Don't put too many labels on it. Okay, this is a good question. Is squirting overrated? My ex used to make me feel bad for not being able to, despite still orgasming. I'm gonna say, I don't know. Like, I don't think squirting is a big deal, but I don't think it's bigged up to be a big deal. So that's why I don't want to say like overrated, because I don't, like in my circle of friends, like it's not really something that everyone's like, oh my God, I sweat every time. Like it's not really something that comes up. So I don't think it's overrated because no one really it's not this big deal. But obviously for your ex, maybe she had a kink for people squirting. And, some people can, some people can't. Everyone's bodies are different, I know some people, they'll like go for their like post-sex wee, and that's when like they will be able to squirt. Like, and I know some people are just uncomfortable with it because essentially like you're taking a pee. Do you know what I mean? You're having a wee-wee. A wee-wee. Yeah, and some people can do it like just in the moment. They don't even have to think about it. Some people have to like think about doing it. But I think, again, clearly this ex wasn't the right person for you because they're putting pressure on you to do something. It's like they literally just made you come. Like, enjoy the fact that you just gave your partner all that pleasure. You finished them off well. Don't then make them feel guilty for not squirting. Maybe they don't want to squirt. Maybe they don't want to get their bed sheets soaking. Maybe they just physically can't. Their body just doesn't do it. That's fine. That's natural. But yeah, find someone for you who's, not going to make you feel guilty or awkward or uncomfortable for not being able to do it. But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it should be like a deal breaker for anyone getting into a relationship going, oh, I'm only getting in this relationship if I can squirt or if you, do you know what I mean? Like, I just wouldn't let yourself get too much in your head about it because, do you know what I mean? Like, you're literally having an orgasm. Like, is that the whole point of sex? I guess yes and no. Do you know what I mean? The point is to enjoy this experience with your partner, but like the finish line is the orgasm. So you're getting yourself to the finish line. That is more than good enough. You are more than good enough. Even if you didn't come and you still had a good time, like that's so fine. Don't put pressure on yourself to be like, it's only good sex if I squirt at the end, if I can make myself squirt. Like, don't force your body to do anything it's uncomfortable with and doesn't want to do. That's just sad for you. Okay. Oh, we have another bed death. I am with the love of my life, but we are suffering from bed death. Any advice? Now, this is interesting, isn't it? Because before I had said, I think if you're with the love of your life... No, what did I say? I said, if you're with the love of your life, you can work on it. If you're not with the love of your life, you probably can't. Because I know when I last had my bed death, she wasn't the love of my life. So it wasn't something that was worked on. So I think take the advice that I gave before, try and like see what you can do to initiate, like sexy outfits, rose petals, massages, all of those things. Like, make time for each other. It doesn't have to be literally, like I said, putting it in the diary, going, we're gonna have sex at this time and this day at this place in this bed, whatever. But just make time for each other. Make sure you're setting aside time to go on a date night and go out and do something and get dressed up and almost get back to like that like early stages of relationships where you just couldn't keep your hands off each other and like enjoy exploring that. Maybe like a bit of role play would help. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you like go out and you're like, right, let's imagine this is our first date, or let's imagine I've just met you in a club and like you've took me home to your house for the first time. Like, try new things, like, and again, speak about it, see what you both are willing to try. But if they are the love of your life, I think you can work it out. Just make sure that like your sexual compatibility matches and they're not like constantly just turning you away saying, I'm tired, I'm busy, go away, because that's not fair on you. You want to be with someone who wants to fuck you. Do you know what I mean? But good luck. And if they're the love can't speak. If they're the love of your life, I am sure it's all going to work out. Okay. Right. We are going to do one more. Uno. Now, this is a really, really good question. I actually don't think I have like the correct answer. I don't know if there is a correct answer, but I'd love to hear other people's opinions on this one because I'm actually a bit unsure. I've only just come out of a relationship with a man. Ew. LOL. I relate. Not coming out of a relationship with a man, to the ew. And I'm exploring queer dating again. I have no idea how strap-ons work and strap etiquette. Do I bring the harness and they bring the dildo? Do you buy a new one for each person? How would I use a strap whilst having multiple sexual partners? It's a whole new world for me. I have like never thought about this, to be honest. I guess if you're in a relationship with someone, it's completely different, isn't it? Because you almost like buy the strap together for the both of you. Like, but if you're, obviously like just dating, you're sleeping around, it's a really good point. Like, do you just have your own personal use dildo that you take to them and you say, put this on your harness and fuck me with it? Because do you really want to be sleeping with someone that you've maybe just met on a night out and trusting that their strap is clean? Because we all know some people don't wash their straps. We've learned from people's mistakes today. Do you want to trust someone's dirty, crusty, pewy, bloody strap and have that put inside of you? I think, but then again, like if you're on a night out, you're not going to be like, oh, can I just pop home and get me dildo? You're not going to carry it around with you as well. Honestly, like I don't know the answer to this for you. I think maybe definitely having your own, so that when it's not just, like one night stand after a drunk night out sex, like if it's like, you're going on a date, like you can have this strap that's yours, you like it, the size is comfortable for you, etc., etc. And maybe you just, most people have a harness, but then I guess if you're the strapper, but you haven't been in a relationship, like do you just have one hanging around that you use for all your women? Do you get a new one for each partner? I'm going to say you get a new one for each partner because, especially if you're in a relationship, like you don't want someone fucking you with the same strap that they fucked their ex with. No. So yeah, I'm honestly not sure. I think maybe get yourself your own personal use one that you can, have, but maybe just be open to, if someone else has one that they want to use on you, maybe just make sure it's cleaned before you use it. Just like inspect it. Don't let them put it inside of you until you've inspected the life out of that strap, got up close and personal, and made sure there's no crusty, dusty period blood or poo stains on there. Well, guys, I hope you have all enjoyed this week's episode as much as I have. I've loved being back chatting with you all. Like, I literally just feel so in my element here, so in my happy place, talking to you all. I hope some of that advice helped. Like I said, I'm no sex expert, I'm not claiming to be, but hopefully some of that advice helped. And as always, you guys can send your dilemmas, your questions, your stories into the podcast. It will all be linked in the description or in my Instagram bios at thelesbianlounge.podcast or at Juliet Francis T. People literally call me Juliet Francis. I'm like, no, it's Francis, Juliet Francis, and T for Taylor. I'd love my Instagram name just to be Juliet Taylor, but someone has that, I think. So if someone wants to like find that out for me and get me that Instagram name, I'll love you forever. But yeah, send in your dilemmas. They don't have to be like sex related. It can be relationship, any advice, any dilemmas. Like literally nothing is off limits here. We've literally talked about everything today. Do you know what I mean? Nothing's off limits. I don't judge, and it's all anonymous as well, so I can't even see who's sending stuff in. Could be like my best friend could be sending stuff in, and I could be like, ew, that's disgusting. And it's my best friend, but I would never tell you guys you're disgusting. I would just tell you that you're disgusting if you have a dirty, bloody, period, pooey strap. So maybe, what have we learned from this episode? Wash your straps and inspect the strap before you use it. I think that's some good advice. We've all learned a life lesson today that we can take forwards into the rest of our lives. Well, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to give the podcast a 5-star review. Give us a like and a subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at thelesbianlounge.podcast. And I will speak to you all next Thursday for a brand new episode. I love you all so much. Bye.